We have seen him a lot on TV during the coronavirus pandemic, but now Dr. Anthony Fauci is the star of a children's book. The book is called Dr. Fauci, How a Boy from Brooklyn Became America's Doctor. And it's all about Fauci's life. I spoke to the author, Kate Messner, about the doctor's time in Massachusetts.
Dr. Fauci is really interesting from a scientist perspective because he's a scientist who really values the liberal arts as well. And he talked about that both as it relates to his Jesuit high school, Regis High School in New York, and College of the Holy Cross in Worcester, Massachusetts, because he was pre-med, but he was also studying philosophy and history and literature. And he values that so much as far as broadening his perspective on the world, which is really important for a scientist and somebody whose job involves so much communication with people.
What do you hope that kids and parents take away from reading this book?
Well, for kids, one of Dr. Fauci's biggest takeaways, I think, is that science is a process, and we're always learning more and always understanding more, and we're going to make mistakes when we're trying to figure things out, and it's really important to be able to look at new information with an open mind and revise those ideas, which is something that was especially relevant during the COVID-19 pandemic. This was a brand new virus and no one had seen it before. We were starting with zero information. And so as we learned more, we saw our public health figures revising their guidance on how to stay safe. So I think that's really important for kids to remember that when they're involved in problem solving in science, they're going to make mistakes. And the key to everything is figuring out what went wrong and figuring out what's next.
Well, the book will hit store shelves on June 29th.